What's going on, guys? Doc Danny here with the PT Entrepreneur Podcast. And I want to talk to you a little bit today about how do you find a niche that'll work for you, be profitable, and you'll have a good time actually working with and building a business around. Okay? So there's three kind of sub areas of developing a niche or deciding on a niche that you need to really take a look at before you decide that you want to open your doors and try to get people to come in and build your business off of this niche. So the three areas are, do you like this group? Can you help this group? And can this group pay for what it is that you're doing, right? So let's take my niche, for example, the niche that we built Athletes Potential off of, and that was CrossFit. Now we see a lot of other people besides CrossFit athletes at this point, but initially I would say 85 to 90% of the people that we saw in the first probably 6 to 12 months were CrossFit athletes. And that's because I established myself as a subject matter expert in the city of Atlanta for CrossFit athletes. Now with this niche, I like this group. I've been doing CrossFit for quite a while. I could help this group. I, at the time, was teaching a lot for Mobility while we were working for CrossFit, teaching their movement mobility course. So I had some inherent credibility and I could help this group quite a bit. And the last thing was, I knew this group could pay for these services because I had seen practices like this work in other places. I had also been around plenty of CrossFit athletes that I knew would drop $50 on a custom jump rope or $200 on a pair of lifting shoes. And I knew that disposable income was something that these people had, and they also prioritized their sport, their training. If they couldn't do it, then they had issues. They were very, very kind of upset and wanted to get back to their training as fast as they could. It's very similar to the running community or triathlon community. If you know anything about runners, if you've ever spent a long time around runners, you know that running is a lot more than just exercise, right? It's sort of a movement meditation. It's how they stay sane. It's how they, they're able to enjoy being around other people more, and they get out and they get to exercise and be around other groups, and there's a social component to it as well, right? So runners, if they can't run, they want to get back to it as fast as they can. So if you're a runner and you like working with runners, great, that's one part of the niche. Can you help them? Do you know more about running? Do you understand running injuries? Have you worked with a lot of runners in the past? Perfect, you can help them. Will they pay for it? Absolutely. That's a group that will pay to get back to being able to do their sport faster and at a premium if they can. Okay? So before you go and you pick a niche, understand that some niches just won't work. If they're very, very niche specific, low income areas, like for instance, let's say you like to work with underprivileged children. Well, that is probably not a niche that's going to work out, even though that would be awesome. And maybe that's something that as your business becomes successful, you can do pro bono work for and see these kids for free. But you may like working with this group. You may be able to help this group, but they're not going to be able to pay you for your services and for your time. Okay, so understand that sometimes these niches don't always work out, even though you may really enjoy the population. So make sure you have these three things. You like the group, you can help them, and they can pay for it.